Alright, hello everybody, and today I'm going to be showing you this 2003 Compaq Presario. It is the S5100NX. Anyway, yes, the S5100NX. Made in the year 2003, as I had already said. Came with a 2.6 gigahertz Intel Celeron processor, which is of course a single-core 32-bit CPU, 256 gigabytes of DDR SD RAM, 80 gigabyte hard drive, which all the stuff's still in here, believe it or not. This thing is all original. Well, not all, pretty much all original. Actually, yeah, this thing is all original. CD-ROM drive, not CD-ROM, CD rewritable only. It's not a DVD-ROM even. This one's a DVD-ROM, so of course it can read CD and DVDs, and it's not a burner in any way. So right here gives the drive specifications of how fast they can go. This one's 16. Anyway, two USB 2.0s in here. This is probably a lower end model because there are probably other options in here like Firewire for the more expensive. But you know, cheaper models, they just still put the stuff in there and just not as many ports. Sorry. Anyway, we also have a 3.5-inch floppy drive. Of course, it's a 1.44 meg drive. Without further ado, it's powering up. Okay. I do not have the original keyboard, mouse, anything like that. I just have the tower only. So, I wired it up right here. This is not the OEM software that was on this exact PC. But my dad bought a computer back in 2004, which, believe it or not, had the exact same motherboard. His 2004 computer had the exact same motherboard as the 2003. I believe, of course, he had a little bit faster of a CPU, not much. But anyway, I wiped my hard drive since, of course, it said it was not compatible with this Compaq, or this version of this Compaq. I took that hard drive out, I wiped it, then I put that original hard drive down into the Compaq, which is downstairs currently. It's my father's, not mine. This is mine. So I installed, or I used his disk. So I put my hard drive in his and did that. And then since they have the exact same motherboard, I put my, then, yeah, of course, when I was done setting everything up, I took my hard drive and I put it back in mine and put his back together and put it back downstairs. Or, you know, put everything back together the way it was before, since it's not my computer. Even then, I would straighten everything up when I'm done. Anyway, I did straighten everything up, and here's my computer. 2003 Compaq, as I already said. It is running with an OEM version. It's not the exact version that would have came on this PC, of course, because otherwise it would have said something with that Compaq model, or maybe it is. It's just they would always say it's for this version of this Compaq. Anyway, pretty much, yeah, this is pretty much the exact version of what it came with. It probably was. It was just barely customized for that newer version of that Compaq. Because seriously, if you think about it, besides the hard drive, besides the motherboard, it's just disk drives. Disk drives you can easily get drivers for, and floppy drive. You know, power supply, of course, that doesn't have drivers. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much of a difference between these PCs. Slightly different CPU, but, you know, there's really nothing else you really need drivers for, because it has the exact same motherboard. So that's exactly what made me happy. Because now I have OEM software, so that looks good, because then it shows you, hey, it's a Compaq, which is great. I love turning it on and seeing that it says Compaq, you know, like in there. So it says it's basically OEM software, which is great. I mean, it's not exact OEM. Okay, anyway, the reason why I don't have the OEM software exactly came with this PC, which probably actually was the exact same disk, very similar anyway. The reason why I don't have that is because the hard drive is wiped. It had the original hard drive in it, it was just wiped, which I understand, personal info, which thankfully they left the hard drive in. So, of course, I fixed up this nice computer here, which this was free in a big pile of junk I got recently from someone I met on Craigslist. They were nice, and they just pretty much had a mountain of computers, which that gateway right there is one of them from that pile. And I have a whole bunch of other PCs. I actually have many more, and I should be getting a whole lot more yet. I already have enough PCs, but it's just really satisfying to fix up old PCs that probably were never going to be used again, recycled and just gone, scrapped. But even that's not really scrapped. All little bits and pieces probably going to landfill anyway, or at least they might scrap out some of the metals. But otherwise, even that wouldn't be much. The rest of it's just going to get crushed and thrown in the waste. It's pretty sad. Anyway, just a nice little functional computer here. Nice little O3 Compaq. I'm just saying, it probably would have ended up in the landfill, and I would have been sad, just like the rest of the PCs. Because there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, of course, it's old and slow, but it works. It's a functional unit yet. There's nothing wrong. Anyway, I really enjoy this old thing. It's a pretty decent unit, actually. For playing old games, this thing is great. Because, I already tried to say that. I have every single driver. I went into Device Manager and I went in there and checked just to make sure I wouldn't have to try to hunt down any drivers. Which even then, for some odd reason, I can never get drivers to work. Well, I mean, I did a few different times, but pretty rare. But yeah, I was going to go in there and, make sure that I had the drivers that I wanted. Or not wanted, the drivers. And I was going to see if I needed just to go in line and try to hunt some of them down yet. No. This thing had all of its drivers. Believe it or not. Which is great, because I didn't have to hunt for any, and the good news is, it's Compaq OEM software, and so it's probably a very, very close version. Which anyway, I'm very satisfied with this, because I'm really happy that I actually have pretty much an exact version of software that would have came with this PC from the factory. And of course, I got to set it up like brand new. I got to go through and experience it. And since, of course, it's an OEM version of software, that means whenever you're setting up the PC as brand new, it has that XP, the Windows XP, whatever you want to call it, setup music. So it was that was kind of a nice experience, and seeing the fact that it said Compaq up here whenever I was restoring it, or setting it up, something with Compaq XP or something. I don't know what it said. I kind of forgot, but just kind of something I never got to experience, considering I'm only literally 15. So, I mean, of course, I was born around when Windows XP was made, but I never got to set up any PCs. So, of course, I never owned any PCs. And yeah, I did get to set up PCs, but it was always just a plain version, which even then, that's kind of nice. Setting up an OEM version is a little different, though, and I like that, considering, I didn't get to ever see them do that. I did watch my dad set up the E-Machines when he first unboxed that. He bought a E-Machines back in 2012? No, 2012, 2013. Around there. Nice PC. It's a Pentium, a dual-core Pentium. A very, very nice machine. 3 gigs of RAM. I mean, that's not the world's greatest, but it came with a terabyte hard drive. It was really, really quick. Windows 7 Home Premium installed, and of course OEM, and the E-Machine's background to me is very nostalgic at this point. And you say, 2012, 2013? Yeah, I'm weird. I think about a lot of things that literally only happened back to 2015. I kind of think that is kind of slight nostalgia already. It's kind of disappointing, I guess. I really just kind of enjoy that. Anyway, I just remember watching my dad unbox that. He got that thing cheap. Man, I don't remember what he paid for it, but it was cheap. I do remember that. I'd like to say he paid $100 for it, but that's way too cheap. I think he paid $200 for it. It's a very nice computer, especially back then. It was a pretty good deal. Not pretty good. It's a very good deal. And of course, it was a very slim PC, and it came with a nice widescreen monitor. And this has nothing to do with this Compaq, but just involving some of my a few years back, or a little bit. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. So I guess I can just get close to the end of this video here. Anyway, but I'm just saying, this is a very nice computer, and I'm very glad that I pretty much saved it from being recycled. I'm pretty sure this PC would have been recycled soon enough anyway. I don't think anybody would have grabbed it anyway, if he ever saw anyone else. But he said that he's been taking a lot of these PCs up to the recycling center recently, and of course, most of the PCs that were going on his listing were newer PCs and not Windows XP. I just decided to pick up a couple of them and see what I could do. You know, just thought I could save a few. But yeah, next time I go, I think I'm going to try to swipe up most. Which even then, he had literally like 20 of them. So that's what I'm worried about. I don't really have that much space, but I think I'll probably try to squeeze most of them in here. I have a big bad problem with hoarding computers. Anyway, I'll start selling computers soon enough. I'm going to fix them up real nice, and of course, I think he's going to start pulling hard drives out. He gave me a couple of them with hard drives, but he said he mainly wants to keep the hard drives, so I'm happy he at least gave me a couple of them. But yeah, anyway, I'll probably have to get some hard drives somewhere real cheap. I'll start hunting and fix those PCs up and perhaps throw a little bit more RAM in them and sell them off. See if people can enjoy it, and I'll probably list them for a little bit lower than most people are selling them on eBay, just to try to get them out of here, as well as trying to give people a better deal. But yeah, I just kind of hate to see these things get recycled, as you might understand. Anyway, that's all for this video, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this computer. Thanks for watching. Yep, you can see me in that reflection, but anyway. Yeah, as I literally already said, I thank you for watching, because, yeah.